Humane recommends. Access humane.uk.net.
In this Humane Recommends we read a sample of the article, Webinar on Disability-Based Discrimination in Employment by the European Commission. On the 11th of September, the European Union of the Deaf, EUD, took part in a webinar on the topic of disability-based discrimination in employment. The webinar was organized by the Disability Unit of the European Commission, with keynote presenters such as Ms. Katarina Ivankovic, Director for Social Affairs at DG for Employment, Social Affairs and Inclusion of the European Commission, EC, Ms. Emmanuelle Grand, Head of the Disability and Inclusion Unit of the EC, and Catherine Norton, Director of the European Disability Forum, among others. Ms. Katarina Ivankovic presented the awareness-raising campaign Use Discrimination, launched in May 2018. She explained that despite the existence of the Employment Equality Directive 2008/78, 50% of Europeans do not know their rights regarding discrimination. She highlighted that as part of the campaign, workshops on reasonable accommodation were carried in those EU member states with the biggest employability gap between persons with disabilities and persons without disabilities. Ms. Mogdi Bertha from the European Centre for Social Welfare Policy and Research presented a guide of success stories on reasonable accommodation for persons with disabilities, as part of the #Use Discrimination campaign. She explained the methodology of the guide, which contains examples from the public, private and civil society sectors on promising practices of employing persons with disabilities in the open labour market from across the EU. An equal access to employment and the labour market must be a priority at both the EU and national levels, as enshrined in Article 27 of the UN CRPD, and other legislative and policy instruments. You will continue to underline that inclusive and accessible policies and legislation must present a structural change, including inclusive education and lifelong learning policies. Reasonable accommodation must become the norm, and failure to provide the required accommodation must always constitute discrimination. You would like to underline EUD's publication on UNCRPD's Article 27, Work and Employment, which provides a comprehensive overview in the area of employment for deaf persons.
Did you like this recommendation? Hit the like button and read it in full by clicking on the link provided in this video description. All citations recommended here are solely for educational purposes. Our aim is to provide the community with access to the educational inclusive materials of excellency we come across. Yours included. If you hold the copyright of any video or article cited here, or you think they should not be available on our channel, please let us know and we'll remove them at your discretion.